Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Tanvi Taneja with the news at 9. The headlines. The Economic Survey projects 7% GDP growth in the current fiscal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says survey outlines a vision to achieve a $5 trillion economy. Regional rural banks recruitment exams to be conducted in 13 regional languages besides Hindi and English. Government says sanitation coverage in the rural areas jumped to over 99% from 38% in 2014. Jagannath Rath Yatra festival begins. Lakhs of people join the procession at Puri in Odisha. In Poznan Athletics Grand Prix, Poland, Hima wins gold in women's 200 metres. And in the ICC Cricket World Cup, West Indies set a victory target of 312 runs for Afghanistan at Leeds. The Economic Survey 2018-19 was tabled in Parliament today. The survey, tabled by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in both houses, projects GDP to grow at 7% in 2019-20. It says the Indian economy is expected to grow at 6.8% in 2018-19 while maintaining macroeconomic stability. Fiscal deficit has been pegged at 3.4% of GDP for 2018-19. Survey has provisionally estimated 2.9% growth rate for the agriculture, forestry and fishing sectors. The projection for food grain production is 283.4 million tons. Imports are estimated to grow at 15.4%, while exports are projected to grow at 12.5% for the year 2018-19. The survey also lays down the strategic blueprint for fructifying Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of India becoming a $5 trillion economy by 2025. It says to achieve the vision, India needs to shift its gears to accelerate and sustain a real GDP growth rate of 8%. The survey also says that a robust and resilient infrastructure is needed to create a $10 trillion economy by 2032. It stressed on addressing the investment gaps in infrastructure through various innovative approaches with the collaboration of both public and private sectors. The survey highlights the importance of investing in social infrastructure, especially education and health, as a key priority in the development strategy to achieve inclusive growth. It says India is working seriously to meet its commitments towards Sustainable Development Goals 2030. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the Economic Survey outlines a vision to achieve a $5 trillion economy. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said the survey also depicts the gains from advancement in the social sector, adoption of technology and energy security. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Dr. Rajiv Kumar has said the Economic Survey is a reflection of government's resolve to maintain fiscal stability while pushing up the GDP growth rate. The chairman of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, Dr. Bibek Debroy, has welcomed the Economic Survey's emphasis on fiscal consolidation, fiscal discipline and investments, especially private investments, as the growth driver. Chief Economic Advisor K.V. Subramanian said the theme of the survey is shifting gears to a virtuous cycle with the aim to accelerate and sustain a real GDP growth rate of 8% and thereby achieving the vision of a $5 trillion economy. Mr. Subramanian said,
there are three key elements that are critical for ensuring that policies really help in reaching the common person. First, a vision that has already been provided by the Honorable Prime Minister of a $5 trillion economy by 2024-25. To achieve that vision, a strategic blueprint is necessary. That's the second element. And this year's Economic Survey therefore makes a concerted effort to try and provide that strategic blueprint for achieving the vision laid down by the Honorable Prime Minister.
Chief Statistician of India and Secretary in Ministry of Statistics and Programme Implementation, Praveen Srivastava, has also welcomed the survey, saying it emphasises on various sectors of economy and provides a direction to overcome constraints as the country marches towards a $5 trillion economy. Congress has described the Economic Survey 2019 as pessimistic for the economy. In a statement, party spokesperson Randeep Surjewala said the survey makes a feeble attempt to wake up the BJP from its deep slumber of inaction on the economic front. Mr. Surjewala alleged that the ruling party's economic management rests on three tiers of what he called no jobs, no investment and no growth. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the Union Budget in the Lok Sabha tomorrow. This will be the first budget of the Narendra Modi government after assuming office for the second time. It will also be Ms. Sitharaman's maiden budget. The Finance Minister, along with her junior colleague Anurag Thakur and officials of the ministry, gave final touches to the general budget this evening. The News Services Division of All India Radio will bring you day-long special programs on the budget tomorrow. Tune in to our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official, from 10:10 a.m. for the pre-budget discussion, live relay of the Finance Minister's speech, special budget bulletins and post-budget discussions with eminent experts in our studio. Ahead of the budget, the expectations from different cross-sections of the public are being broadcast by AIR News. An entrepreneur in the auto ancillary industry, Ms. Krishnavini from the Auto Hub Sriperumbudur near Chennai, is voicing her expectations on the budget.
I am an entrepreneur in automobile ancillary manufacturing industry sector. From October 2018, our turnover was decreasing month by month as the number of vehicles sold in a month had decreased. I think there are two things that would change the trend. One is reduction in fuel price by bringing it under the ambit of GST, and the other is 28% GST on vehicles shall be reduced to 18%. These will reduce the operating cost and cost of the vehicles, which will encourage new buyers.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The government today announced that examination for recruitment of Scale 1 officers and office assistants in regional rural banks, RRBs, will be conducted in 13 regional languages in addition to English and Hindi. Making a statement in both houses of Parliament, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the decision will be implemented from this year onwards.
The functioning of the RRBs is state-specific and rural-focused, and therefore knowledge of the local language of that particular state or region would help the candidate in performing his duties effectively. With a view to provide a level playing field and to expand employment possibilities for local youths, it has been decided that examination for direct recruitment of officers Scale 1 and office assistant multipurpose in RRBs will be conducted in 13 regional languages in addition to English and Hindi.
The added languages are Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Konkani, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu. At present, there are 45 regional rural banks functioning in the country, having a total staff strength of around 90,000 employees. The government has said 9 crore 62 lakh individual household toilets have been constructed under the Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen so far. Minister of State for Jal Shakti, Ratan Lal Kataria, said in a written reply in the Lok Sabha that the sanitation coverage in the rural areas of the country has increased to more than 99%, which was over 38% on 2nd October 2014. He said 632 districts, 30 states, over 2.5 lakh gram panchayats and 5,67,498 villages have been declared open defecation free. The Parliament has passed the Indian Medical Council Amendment Bill 2019 with the Rajya Sabha approving it today. The bill has already been passed by the Lok Sabha. It seeks to supersede the Medical Council of India MCI for a period of 2 years with effect from 26th September 2018. During the period, Board of Governors will exercise the powers and functions of MCI as assigned under the IMC Act 1956. The bill aims at ensuring transparency, accountability and quality in the governance of medical education in the country. It also proposes to increase the number of members in the Board of Governors to 12 from the existing 7. The bill will replace the ordinance promulgated in this regard. Lok Sabha today passed the Aadhaar and Other Laws Amendment Bill 2019 by voice vote. The bill seeks to amend Aadhaar, Targeted Delivery of Financial and Other Subsidies, Benefits and Services Act 2016 and to further amend the Indian Telegraph Act 1885 and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. The bill also proposes giving a child an option to exit from the biometric ID program on attaining 18 years of age. This bill will make the use of Aadhaar for opening bank accounts and procuring mobile phone connections voluntary. Replying to a debate on the bill, Minister of Law and Justice Ravi Shankar Prasad told the House that Aadhaar is in national interest and it does not violate privacy of any individual.
Direct benefit transfer के आधार पर
we are paying the gas subsidy, kerosene and ration subsidy, Manrega payments to the poor people through direct benefit transfer by linking their Jan Dhan Aadhaar with their mobile numbers. We have sent 7.48 lakh crore rupees in DBT in the last 5 years and we have saved 1.41 lakh crore rupees.
1.41 lakh crore बचाया है.
Minister for Electronics and Information Technology Ravi Shankar Prasad today said that the government has notified the National Policy on Electronics 2019 in February this year. In reply to a question in the Rajya Sabha, Mr. Prasad said the vision of the policy is to position India as a global hub for electronic system and design and manufacturing and create an enabling environment for the industry to compete globally. The External Affairs Ministry today said the location of Dawood Ibrahim is not a secret and India has time and again asked Pakistan to hand him over. Talking to media in New Delhi, Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said when India demands action against such people, Pakistan either ignores or goes into denial mode.
Pakistan's sincerity to take action against terrorist and terror groups will be judged on the basis of their ability to demonstrate verifiable, credible and irreversible action against terror and terrorist groups operating from their soil and not on the basis of half-hearted measures, sometimes which they undertake to hoodwink the international community. Our ask is very simple. We want a normal relationship in an environment which is free from terror and violence.
The world-famous 9-day-long Jagannath Rath Yatra festival began today. In the temple town of Puri in Odisha, lakhs of people gathered for a glimpse of Lord Jagannath, Lord Balbhadra and Devi Subhadra as they travelled from Jagannath Temple to Sri Gundicha Temple, a distance of about 3 kilometres. More from our correspondent.
3 majestically decorated chariots carrying idols of deities were towed this afternoon from Jagannath Temple along the 3-kilometer stretch of Grand Road on a 9-day sojourn to Gundicha Temple. All chariots reached near Gundicha Temple smoothly this evening. The deities will stay there before making the return journey or Bahuda Jatra on 12th of this month. Tomorrow, 3 deities will go to Adapa Mandap with ceremonial rituals. Tapan Mahana, Air News, Cuttack.
The festival is also celebrated in other parts of India and abroad. AIR Dhaka correspondent reports that the Rath Yatra festival is also celebrated in Bangladesh with religious fervour and gaiety.
The centuries-old Rath Yatra started today from the Madhav temple at Dhamrai in Bangladesh with devotees singing kirtans in the praise of Lord Jagannath. Thousands of people thronged the main street of the small Mufassil town near Dhaka. Slowly pulling the chariot to its resting place in the night, the devotees looked like a sea of humanity. This Rath Yatra is known to be the second largest in the Indian subcontinent. It symbolizes the cultural diversity of Bangladesh. Rajesh Jha, AIR News, Dhaka.
On to sports news now. Indian sprinter Hima won the women's 200-meter gold while national record holder shot putter Tejinder Pal Singh Toor bagged a bronze in the Poznan Athletics Grand Prix in Poland. And in the ICC Cricket World Cup, West Indies have set a victory target of 312 runs for Afghanistan in their last league match now underway at Leeds. Chasing the target, Afghanistan were 154 for 2 in 29 overs when reports last came in. And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. The Economic Survey projects 7% GDP growth in the current fiscal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says survey outlines a vision to achieve a $5 trillion economy. Regional rural banks recruitment exams to be conducted in 13 regional languages besides Hindi and English. Government says sanitation coverage in the rural areas jumped to over 99% from 38% in 2014. In Poznan Athletics Grand Prix, Poland, Hima wins gold in women's 200 meters. And in the ICC Cricket World Cup, West Indies set a victory target of 312 runs for Afghanistan.